Dear brethren, welcome to our podcast, Limitless Tribe. Today we have a special guest. His name is Sergeant Agel R Machar. We are going to talk about economics. We are going to talk about the youthful drive, starting the life from Red Army, going all the way to the West and coming back to serve the country. Agel R, you are welcome to our podcast.
Thank you, Brother Kenyatta. I'm very happy to be with you here.
You are welcome.
Yes.
Our first question of today is, for some people who do not know you, how do you introduce yourself? We have followers who, some know you online, but some do not know you. How do you introduce yourself? Who is Agel?
My name is Agel R Machar, as you said. Of course, I'm South Sudanese, part of former Red Army fraternity, been part of the youth movement in the country, former president of South Sudan National Youth Union, also the president of Political Parties Youth Forum. I've also been a spokesperson or first vice president, been a political activist, and an opinion leader online. So I'm happy today to share with you and welcome and thank the viewers.
We are really honored to have you here today on our podcast. This is the first episode, and we really feel honored that you are here with us today. To begin with, we have been seeing you online, and we have young people who are aspiring to be political activists or to be in politics. What message do you have for young people that are starting? Some young people think that it's an overnight success. What do you have to say about that?
Politics or public service is a purpose. It's a purpose driven, and it's a lifelong commitment to serve the people. It is not an event. It is not that something that must happen, like getting a position or getting to a place. Is a lifelong commitment. That's what politics is for me, and we have seen with our leaders of South Sudan. They have committed their lives throughout on a purpose. You may find yourself in this position or the other position, but the driving purpose should be public service. So it is not an easy undertaking. It is an undertaking that young people must take seriously. It comes with consequences, comes with sacrifices, but it is a rewarding exercise when some of your ideas that you have advocated for change people's lives. And I always give an example of a leader of SPLM. The people of Dr. John Garang left their jobs in Khartoum and took their families, risked their life for a bigger purpose. 21 years later, agreement was signed. 6 years later, we had a country. That is the purpose of their life. Whether you end up as a president, you end up vice president, you end up minister, you end up commander, you die in the field as an LT, as a soldier, NCO. It does not matter what position you hold. You are a part of a bigger purpose to change society. So they need to know that it's a serious commitment that comes with sacrifices, but it is also very, very rewarding.
Speaking of sacrifices, we look at our founder, Dr. John Garang Mabur, and the sacrifice that he has made. Taking in mind him, we can say that the vision that he had was internally driven. And looking at the landscape that is happening now in our country, where most politicians are vilified for their actions, which they are yet not being proven. There is a disengagement between the society, our citizen, and the politician. And you can see it online. There's a lot of negativity. As young people that are watching this, how do you let someone know that there is a middle path that you can take, that you can have a country at heart and serve without having fear of backlash? Because most of our politicians now, it's very hard to get them on a show like this. So how do we go about this?
It's okay. This is a natural progress of society. Most of the top leaders are now aging, and the majority are those from 15 years old to 35 years old. They're finding it hard to connect. That's natural. And the leadership of the SPLM has responded to that by introducing a good number of young people into leadership roles, so that those young people can find a way to connect with the masses. It's a continuous process. So all those you think that are negativity on social media are a way of communication. And those are being used by leadership to adjust policies to make sure that we align ourselves with the Gen Z. So the Gen Z also need to understand where these leaders are coming from and the amount of sacrifice they have done and the amount of achievement they have achieved.
True.
When they were not there.
True.
Even just starting with 2005, if any of you had come here and you have a mental picture of Juba in 2005.
Actually, it's online.
And now you will see the amount of progress
Yes.
these leaders under Comrade Salva has done from 2005 to 2025. There has been a lot of progress that has been made, even with all the difficulties and the setbacks of war and division in the SPLM and the top leadership, the polarization of the country. Still, a lot of progress has been made.
True.
Now, the responsibility is, of course, of this next generation. As they begin to get tired and retire, the next generation needs to take the country from where it is to the next level over the next 20 years. So everything is moving in the right direction. It is an organized chaos. That's the nature of society. Mm-hmm. In that, even in other countries like Kenya, you see there's always that rope pulling between Gen Z and the government, and it is meant to push the country forward. It is not for me, it's the negativity and all the. It means that the young people are eager to participate in the future of their country, which is good.
That's a good answer. The way I look at it, the Gen Z, there is a upbringing issue that I'm seeing with the Gen Z. People like you, Sergeant Agel, you were brought up through army. You were given a discipline, but some of us grew up without our fathers. Our fathers were here fighting, and we grew up with our mothers. And you know, in every family, there is a disciplinarian, and there is someone who is soft. Most of the time, our mothers are soft. And when we come and find hardship, the only place we go to is online, to be rampant and to cause chaos. So we understand their frustration. Now, how do we let these young people find harmonious way? Yes, their frustration is there. What is the vision that they can see, so that at the end of the day, you can say, yeah, we are nagging, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Because right now we are dealing with what they call stagflation, where there is a stagnant growth in the economy, where there is high rates of unemployment, and where there is hyperinflation. Your money
has no value.
It has no value. So in all these things put all together, how can a young person have a positivity in leaders?
Okay. Of course, some of these situations are brought by factors that are not in the hand of the leaders of any particular country. For example, the current war in Iran has an impact on the economy across the world. Some things are geopolitical, some things are external, some are self-inflicted. For example, our economy got damaged because of, the economy doesn't like war.
Yeah, the internal war.
So the split within the SPLM in 2013 has contributed negatively to the capacity of the government to create a conducive environment for young people to prosper. But yes, when a young person is frustrated, what they need is to be given a glimpse of hope. And the hope that the government and the people, the leaders can do now is to push toward peace. Because there's no shortages of programs under the SPLM to take the country forward. But the problem is, in the situation of war, there is nothing you can do. Fiscal policies, monetary policies, be it the issue of diplomatic policies, we must manage the issue of war and peace first. So to provide the young people with hope, and that's why the African Union and the whole world has been pushing our leaders, our bitter rivals, to find a common ground, to work together so that they can create a platform for the changes that can provide hope to the young generation, reduce their frustration, and keep them focused on building for the future.
You said something about SPLM. Did you say they have strategies, or they do? They do have strategies to move the country forward.
Correct.
What are those strategies?
They are in documents, but you need peace to be able to implement them.
Peace is paramount. If you look at in economy, there is this thing called PESTEL. It's a framework that they use, and it starts with political. Yes. Without political stability, a country finds it very hard to move forward.
Exactly.
So In our conversation, you mentioned that we have seen online your page is going rogue,
yes.
and
It has been taken
there
over.
there is a lot of issues going on your page. Is that you or?
No, the last post is in mine,
Okay.
but it has been taken over by somebody, and I'm unable to access it. But I've assigned somebody, a team in Nairobi, and they are working on it. Today, Monday, and tomorrow, Tuesday, I will be able to regain it back. But on that issue, the issues addressed in that place, I have a feeling that those who did this, whether they are trying to do it in their mind to assist me, or they are trying to do it in their mind to defame me or destroy me, the most important thing that I want to say is that online, I seem to have a lot of these well-wishers and supporters that are becoming increasingly radical, and they're becoming erratic in supporting me. Some of them are young, some of them are teenagers, some of them are in their early 20s, and they seem to take my issues out of hand. Of course, they are taking decisions, and they are acting on less information. They do not know. So there is this idea that the appointing authority does not want to provide That is not true. I want to let them know point blank. But there is no this big conspiracy, PJ1, by the appointing authority or anybody thereabout to deny me any opportunity to participate in the political landscape of the Republic of South Sudan.
Okay.
They need to understand, these young people, that appointing authority, it is not an easy task for the appointing authority to decide on the human resources of his government.
True.
And who needs to come in and who needs to go out and so forth, who need to be demoted, who need to be promoted and so forth, because there is a lot of balancing act that the appointing authority undergoes. It's a very stressful situation. If they knew how tough it is, they would not be doing all those things on social media. For example, we have to balance the issues of tribes, the issues of regions, the issues of different political parties, the peace management of war and peace, the problems of the economy, the problem of diplomacy, the problem of security. So all those changes are done with intention to solve a certain problem.
True.
And they don't seem to understand why I don't get in, why I'm not fitting in, why I'm not fitting in there.
Yeah.
And I want to guarantee them, I have full information that the appointing authority has no problem with me at all. It's just that the timing has not provided itself. But when the opportunity presents itself, he will take it. I see them addressing the issue of some people being appointed that used to be part of my political faction or political grouping within the state. People like Honorable Atanyuwek, for example, people like Honorable Lewa Yench, and so forth.
True.
And I have to tell them point blank, I have to address this thing once and for all, because it's getting out of hand. For example, with Atanyuwek, those of Atanyuwek came in immediately after the removal of the former vice president, who is from Northern Barakazal.
Yeah.
And his removal, of course, created a political vacuum in Northern Barakazal.
Yes.
And that was something that had to be addressed immediately.
Immediately, yeah, sure.
And Atanyuwek comes from Northern Barakazal. I don't come from Northern Barakazal. So there is no way I can take his place.
True.
His opportunity has come, and he became part of the formula to reorganize the political landscape in Northern Barakazal.
True.
And that's why I went to him personally to congratulate him, and that's why we are still allies, because I don't see him as somebody who has taken anything from me. Do you understand?
I understand.
But I come from Gogrial. And within Gogrial, there is no issue to be addressed at the moment.
Yeah.
We have the president in Gogrial. We have the two ministers of finance and the one for investment. We have the deputy minister of foreign affairs and a couple of undersecretaries.
You have the presidential
yes, and the president and the presidential envoy. You see,
yes.
So there's no issue in Gogrial that need an urgent kind of to be fixed. There is no urgency in trying to fix me in there.
Yeah.
But it is in his mind. It is in the mind of everybody, and I know that because I'm in contact with them. So for those of Alewa Yang, for example, they had to reorganize the issue of Tonj. We all know those who are keen in politics know that Tonj has gone through a period, the last few months, of feeling isolated.
True.
You know, with the exit of those of Nyal Deng Nyal, those of Madame Aoud, those of Kolkor, those of Keitong. So they had to organize the issue. And that's what took the whole month of January. People are trying to fix it. Until now, those of Alewa Yench was brought. Those are Keitang were brought. Those are Paul Dilgum were brought. Those are General Mawin were brought to make good. So they have to understand that the appointing authority is dealing with a very delicate situation, very stressful situation, and is always firefighting, trying to steady the political boat.
Yes.
So what my supporters are doing are making things worse for everybody. Thirdly, when they start writing all the time why Agel is not appointed, and when somebody else is appointed, instead of congratulating them and being happy for them, they start fighting back. It looks like people are putting the appointing authority under pressure.
True.
And that's not how the
appointing authority doesn't. That's why it's called authority. It's authority. Not supposed to.
And not just authority. It is the highest authority of the land.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pressure them.
They cannot be put under pressure at all.
Yeah.
They have to act on logic.
Yeah.
And what is in the best interest of his government and his people. Case closed. So, but it doesn't mean that I am his child, for God's sake. So there's no problem. We can have argument like we had the last 10 years ago.
Yes.
But that's it. That's it. If he has forgiven all the rest of the people, why can he not forgive his own son?
Yeah.
So these are things that I have to clarify, so that my supporters can cease this online interference. They have reached now the stage where they are taking over my own page, which is.
There is something that someone wrote that like a football kick.
I do not
is
know.
That you? Is that yours?
No.
Because they said you kick the ball to attend to someone,
exactly.
to allow and all this, and then to His Excellency the President, and then. So
so
these are your fans writing.
Yes,
those things.
they took that one, they put it on my post, then they shared it again, and then they wrote whatever they want to write. That is not my writing style.
Oh my God!
My writing style. I put one article.
It has gone viral. That one.
Yeah, because that's what they wanted. And then and that's what they wanted. But now, maybe they thought that it was good, but it ended up being bad. Or somebody else thought it was bad and it ended up being
good.
So they need to stop. They need to stop. Either they voluntarily give it back to me, or I will get it back through other means.
Through other means.
And as soon as I get that, I will go back online and I will clarify things on my Facebook page.
Oh, we understand. You see, with politics, a common person doesn't know until you come and clarify.
Correct.
Because right now, some people are saying, hey, what has gone into Agel's Machar head? What is happening? What's happening in his mind? Is he losing his mind? Some people are saying, can you check on Agel? Maybe he will commit suicide soon. Someone was saying, what is happening with Agel? Or has he had something that we don't know? Exactly. Why is he pressuring the authority?
Yes.
Yeah. So all these things to a common person without clarification. And we are really honored for you to come today. Yeah. But there's something we need to know. With all this boldness, with all this aura that you exude online, where does it come from? You see, does it come from your mom raising you? Does it come from the Red Army? Does it come from you going to the West? This being bold and being radical, because you have moved into 3 camps. You left Red Army, which was SPLM. You went into
IO.
So
we came back.
And then you left IO. You came back
to Sulphur. Yes.
Yeah. So what is it? There was a picture that also went on viral. You were in red and blue.
It was done by AI. Yes.
It was AI. Yes. Okay, that was a deep fake. They call it deep fake.
Yeah, it was AI. Yes.
Okay, so how do you?
But I understand. I understand.
What is your ideology? Why do you move?
You know, what I want to clarify here, and people will begin to understand it as we move forward as a country, and as we mature in how we govern ourselves and how democracy, multi-party democracy works. Political parties are not tribes.
Okay.
Once you are a Dinka, you are a Dinka.
Yeah.
Once you are a Bari, you are a Bari. But political parties are vehicles.
They are just like our name, limitless.
They are vehicles. They are vehicles that takes you from a place to a place. They are a vehicle that are used to achieve certain political objectives. You know, either to maintain power, to take power, so that you use political power to socio-economically change the lives of your people, change the direction of your people.
Yes.
For example, Ruto, the current president.
Yes.
How many political parties has he gone through until he became president?
A lot.
Yes, he has gone through about 6 parties. But he had one objective. He's getting to the presidency, and he just used a vehicle. So it's like a vehicle.
Can we say you're creating relevance, or
no,
it's not relevant?
I'm driving toward something. And if that vehicle doesn't do the job at that particular time, it has to be ditched. That is the idea of political parties. You understand? So, but people still don't understand it yet, because the movement, SPLM itself, was not a political party.
Yeah.
It wasn't a political party.
Yeah.
It was actually South Sudan. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. So John Garang was the leader of South Sudanese.
Yes.
So the SPLM moved into the nation. The SPLM became a nation.
Were we supposed to abolish SPLM?
No. There is this concept of why you move from a party to a party.
Oh, okay.
Now the SPLM mentality, it is a country. So if you leave the SPLM,
is it as if you have left the country?
The country. Yes, it is like you betrayed the country. Yes. It is not a party. They don't see it as a party.
Yeah.
But parties are supposed to be used temporarily for you to achieve objectives. And if they have to change, they have to change.
I think it's the same issue that we faced with the KANU in Kenya. Or was
exactly, KANU. People went to KANU to OD.
And now we cannot hear of KANU.
Exactly.
Will the same thing happen?
No. Hopefully with SPLM it will not. Because what killed KANU was their failure to transition from one party system into a multi-party democracy.
Okay.
You know, that decision they took to bring in Uhuru led them into irrelevancy. But look at the ANC. Look at Chama cha Mapinduzi of Tanzania.
Yeah.
So there are other revolutionary parties that have managed the transition from war into governance, into multi-party democracy successfully, and they will continue.
Yes.
And that's what we believe with SPLM. With the introduction of young leaders, we will be able to manage successfully this transition into multi-party democracy.
Okay. You see, our show is not politically driven. We are in here for business. And sometimes we have to start with politics because, like I told you before, in the framework of PESTEL, start with politics, economics. Economics comes second. And then the other things come in now. So we cannot shy away from politics. We have to talk politics because it is the bedrock of everything. It has to start. It's just like when you're building a infrastructure like Amara. Let's take the country like Amara. You are building Amara, you have to put foundation, and the foundation is political stability of the country.
Correct.
So we understand how the authorities are putting in structure so that we have peace, and we like the stability that we have now. We really pray that the same stability transcends so that our country can have peace and stability. Now, moving into your calculations based on the people who were saying you kick the ball from this to this, you were one of the first people who decided to throw a stone at the former vice president. And most of the people, like the one that you have mentioned before, the honorables that you have mentioned before, they are all now occupying the seats. Can we say that the calculation you did, although you have already answered it, can we say the calculation you did was something that a risk that did not have return? Or can we say that it is political miscalculation? Because a young person who is aspiring to be in a place like you are in now would want to make calculations that can bear returns.
Correct.
Yeah, so what do you say about that? And how do you feel?
No, the issue of my position in regard to former Vice President Benjamin was not taken just last year. I took it 2 years before that.
Oh, 2 years.
And I wasn't public about it.
Yes.
But those within my group, my worry about the direction that he was taking, and how he was moving and maneuvering around the presidency, and some of the ideas that he was peddling as we meet in this circle, these corridors that we meet in, they were worrisome to me. I had told people that this person has to be contained. He's a kid with potential. There's no doubt about it. But he had to be contained and he has to be slowed down. Yeah. Otherwise, he would be a danger to the country, to the president and his legacy, and to himself as a person.
Okay.
It wasn't heard until he eventually became the vice president, and I was left with no option but to go public thereafter. And the reason I went after it are based on his policies.
What are some of his policies?
We are having impacts of some of his policies. For example, he influenced the return to war. It was managed under him. how the issues of how he was Guinean, or the issues of Nasser and how they were handled. There was an attitude of warmongering, which I knew 3 years previously anyway. I'm not surprised. But the war has given a setback now in the economics. Some of his policies in regards to oil for roads and how it was managed is having economic impacts that we are managing. And you have seen now the arrests that are being done now in regards to oil and the cargo and things. All these things are happening under him. And that has been his style from a long time. So my position was on concrete policies that he himself would engage in. So his demise is not as a result of my Facebook campaign. It is as a result of his own actions that turned the appointing authority that had full trust in him into somebody that puts him under detention. You just imagine somebody that brought you up all your life, gave you all the resources and the political power, turn around and put you under house arrest. There must be something you have done. It is not because I made a phone call to the president or he read my Facebook. No, there must be concrete things he has done to turn the once trusted authority over you into somebody that want to put you under house arrest. Do you understand? To the point that he stripped you of your ranks. There are other things, and these are the things that I predicted. And other people also followed through. And the day he was removed, there was celebration across Juba and across South Sudan.
Some bought goats even.
Now you understand these people. They do I know them? Do I know their houses or do I have their numbers? Those who were riding border and making noise and were celebrating, because his policies, just like they were detected by the appointing authority and by the people who celebrated, I only detected it early because I'm a keen political analyst.
Yes.
So I see things ahead of time, and I have the courage to come out and speak about them. There are other people who agreed with me 3 years before, but they didn't have the courage to come forward. And I thought that this was critical. It is not just about corruption on the sideline, like the issues of the ABMC and the ARC. I was never involved in that because it is on the sideline. But when he became into the mainstream
politics,
now it became an issue to the entire country, and had to come out. And my objective was that he has to be stopped on his track. And as soon as that done, for me, my return is there in full. Whether I participate in the political arena or not, it is immaterial. That's not my objective. My purpose is to serve my people, use my voice, use my platform to advocate for policies that can change the lives of my people. That is my purpose, and that continues up to now. And as I said earlier, the issues of appointment is in the hand of the appointing authority, and the appointing authority, I can guarantee you, has a very good will. Okay, and it will happen in the next few months or next year or even next year. It does not. I know it will happen, but there is no urgency that it must happen, because my life continues. My purpose continues. Like I'm here now. We're addressing issues. We're speaking to our young people in many forums. My purpose to influence young people will continue. My public service will continue. I'm taking care of myself and my children, and we're pushing forward. There is no urgency that it has to happen now. And I'm also still young. Even if I'm appointed 10 years from now, I'm 46 now. Yeah. Even if I'm appointed at 57 as a minister, will that be too late?
No,
it will not be too late. It's never too late. You understand? So there is no.
Actually, that is the average age of every millionaire. Of all the millionaires in the world, the average age is 57.
Exactly.
So it's never too late.
Exactly. Okay. And then the next 10 years I'm 66, and another 6 I'm 76.
Yes.
So there is still 30 years. And I don't know why my fans seem to be agitated in 3 months.
Your fans are like you; they are radical.
Yeah.
So what do we do about it? It's something that your fans don't know. How you were raised. Right. How do we go about it? What can you say about it? Because when I see you with the enthusiasm that you have in political arena, the confidence you have in yourself, how was your upbringing?
Okay. Of course, like most of my generation, those who were born late 70s and early 80s and 1980s, even 1990s, were born at the time at the height of civil war in Sudan. And it was a tough times across the country. Those in Khartoum, at the outskirts of Khartoum, struggling in the outskirts of Khartoum with their mothers cooking Marisa Aswad to feed them and to get this living in carton makeshifts. To those that were living in liberated areas and other towns, and those of us who went to Ethiopia and then to Kakuma, all of us struggled. So the bottom line is that those in our generation have had a tough childhood. Even those whose fathers are alive, they were absent because they had to go to work.
Yeah, true.
So for us, our fathers died, we all, of course, we were orphaned outright. But even those whose fathers are still alive now, during those time, they were living like anybody else. They would come only for 2 months, then they would disappear for 3 years. They will come for 2-3 months, then they will disappear for another 2 years. So they were absent. So we had to learn from early on to toughen up. So like anybody else, your character is determined by the genes of your two parents and your nature and your environment and how you are bringing. So I learned to be independent, to be independent-minded from early age. My things were made worse because my mother had also to act as a mother of thousands of other people that are around her. She didn't have enough time to be able to concentrate. So basically, I grew in an environment, especially from the age 10 forward. I grew in an environment where I had to rely on myself, and that's why up to this stage, I'm hard-headed in my path, and I am self-reliant, and I try to depend on myself as much as I can. So the sub-ages of my style are also depending on my environment and how my environment teaches me. This Gen Z here that have been brought up in an easy environment, they need to calm down a little bit. They need to calm down.
No, they look up to you
and fall in line.
They look up to you.
Yeah.
You see, when you have said something here that our fathers were missing.
Yes.
There was a study that was made that in every person there is a parent that they take orders in their head. There is a child and there is adult. It's called PAC. Parent, adult, child. So when they see you online, they align you with the parent in their head. Yeah. So even this fight to bring you in, they want their father to be in.
To be in, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want their father to be in. So it's as much as we see it as it's being detrimental to you now.
Yeah.
You can clarify it to them.
To calm down.
To tell them to calm down.
Yeah.
And to tell them that everything
is fine.
It takes time.
Yes.
Because we are raised in a society where there is need for instant gratification.
Correct.
Correct. And it's your father to tell you, hey, don't take too much sugar.
That's right.
Right. Yeah. Don't go and play outside,
right.
because those are instant gratification. When children grow up with instant gratification,
Correct.
this is what we see online. So
Correct.
I don't have anything against them, and what I can say is it's been quite a journey for you, and we have something that we follow here on this podcast. If in your youth, what advice would you have given yourself? If from now, looking 20 years back, now you are 46, 20 years back, what advice would you have told your 20 years self? And right now, based on the technological advancement and a lot of vices that we see in life now, what advice would you give to your younger self?
There's a lot.
You give them.
There's a lot. I would be a totally different person. I wouldn't even be on this podcast.
Why?
No.
Why?
If I go back to 2005, I would take a non-political path.
Non-political.
Path.
Why?
I would concentrate on the studies. I would have finished my studies until PhD level. You know, for us in the Red Army, from age of 10, you are taught revolutionary ideals.
Yeah.
Which is what we are fighting for now. But because at that time in 2005, we didn't think actually we will get independent. Even when the agreement was signed, we knew these people are going to renege on the agreement, and we're going back to war.
Like the way they did in 1972.
And we are going to war.
Yes.
In my mind. So I was just finishing my degree, and I go back to participate in the war. That was what in my mind. But if I knew now that independence will be in 2011, where now you don't have to be a revolutionary to be a politician. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's a difference between a politician and a revolutionary soldier.
Yeah.
That is the issue facing us in Venezuela. We have revolutionary soldiers now trying to act like politicians, and they are failing in that detail. And that's why this truthfulness, this courage you are talking about, they are sometimes detrimental in the political environment, because politics is different from revolutionary struggle.
True.
So I was, at that point, there was a point of departure. If I knew at the signing of the agreement 20 years ago,
Yes.
that for sure we are getting independence and we're going to, I would have not chosen politics. I would have chosen something else. I would probably still be known, but would be something else. Would
Business.
be other businesses, sports development like basketball, sport development, other community issues, NGOs, form NGOs that does do things like foundations. There are many things, but not hardcore politics like party politics. But I had to hold on to it. At that time, I was the Secretary General of the SPLM chapter in South Australia. I hold on to that time because I knew we were going back to war.
Okay.
And as soon as I got my degree in 2008, I came back. We became part of the elections, the part of referendum, fighting for referendum. We got independence, went to the Chile war, and all of a sudden the SPLM is split, and we are in the middle of it. So now, looking back 20 years, it's fine. The path that I've taken is the path that has been chosen to me by God, and I intend to pursue it to the end.
Okay, so from the way you're talking, there's a little bit of regret
Correct.
for the path that you have taken.
Correct.
Now that you have already taken this path, what is keeping you going as a political activist, someone with the revolutionary ideologies?
It has become the purpose of my life. Public service has now become the purpose of my life, and without it, it will be difficult to. You cannot teach an old dog new trick. You understand? So once he becomes a soldier, until at the level of colonel, it is better to continue till you become a general, rather than pull back from there and say you want to start to become a teacher again, and then develop to become a lecturer, and then a professor, and so forth. Already you are at that level. It's like you become a medical doctor, you are a surgeon. You cannot just drop your things and say, okay, let me go and try to become a lawyer. So public service and politics has become part of my life, and it doesn't matter whether I'm in government or a private influencer, private opinion leader in the country. This is the path that I want to continue. I'm committed to it for life.
Okay. You see, what you are talking about there in business, we call it sunk cost fallacy. Sunk cost fallacy, let's say for me now, we have invested in this setup, and should we not see revenues for the next 3 years, because that is the
Average.
That is the average years that you have to take as an entrepreneur or a business person to see something through. So if we don't see anything within the next 3 years, it will not be prudent for us to continue it, because it's regressing, it's bringing loss.
Correct.
So now with life, okay, that's business and life are somehow the same. With life and the path that you have chosen, you have talked of training old dog, new skills is hard. So for you to achieve whatever you are going through now, don't you think there is a path that you can take that can accommodate being a politician and being a revolutionary, a cocktail of that?
We are adjusting. We keep adjusting. The Machar of 2016 is not the Machar of 2026.
I've seen.
We are adjusting towards that. So there's no problem. But what I'm doing is not. It is not that it is not producing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Yeah.
And there are ministers that you would not want to interview, that you don't even know. If I tell you now to name all the 35 ministers, you don't know them.
I don't know them.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm here. So it is not like it's running at a loss.
Yeah.
When it comes to popularity, and that's how politicians are measured, by their popularity.
Yeah. Their relevance.
Their relevance to the public, and how they inspire people.
Yes.
So I inspire a lot of people to want to participate in the running of their country, and to hold their leaders accountable, to make sure that we move in the right direction. To me, that is the purpose. If you get appointed, okay, for example, if you get appointed as a Minister of Finance, your role will be reduced to only fixing the economy. But being in a position like us, look at Raila Odinga.
Yes.
He never became president, but he's the most influential politician.
True. That shaped the economy
country
of Kenya.
Exactly.
Yes.
So for me, my people are always that if a girl is not brought into the government, then it is considered a failure. But you don't have to be in government to influence government. So what we say, for example, when we said the former vice president is not good, it was picked up and it was proven that it was not good by the appointing authority. That is a reward by itself.
Yeah.
It means that you have the vision to see what needs to be done for the country, and whether they refuse it at first, when reality hits, they will go back to it. Like at this point, seen the dismissal of Bolmel, all have been calling for is recommitment to the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, in order to unite our people, okay, bring wars to an end, so that the country can give itself the best chance to move forward into prosperity. This is something that we cannot escape.
True.
And the IGAD is talking about it, the East African community is talking about it, the African Union is talking about it, the United Nations is talking about it, the European Union is talking about it. If all of these people, if you were to go outside a house and somebody tells you you have left your house, your head, 5 people in a row, if they tell you, it will make sense for you to hold it. So this is the messages, and this is where we get the reward from, is that we can influence change even without being in a position of power.
Let's take example of our mothers. If we look at the people that have changed this country, it's our mothers, because first of all they gave their sons to go to war. Yeah.
Sons and husbands.
Sons and husbands to go to war. Secondly, they made sure that production of food was available for our soldiers.
Yeah.
Thirdly, they created order at home, even when there was in absentia of their husbands and their sons.
Yes.
So it's true. You don't need to be in the forefront to be seen.
Exactly.
You can play a role.
Yes, in the background.
Yeah, it was.
And that's why now they're recognizing this government.
True.
That's why they are everywhere.
Yes.
The 3 branches of government, one of them is led by a woman, the parliament. You can see until recently, the vice president was a female. We have seen the envoy, the daughter of the Honorable Dut, is a female, and now females are coming into position of power because they are being recognized not only for what they did in the past, but what they can also contribute at present, pushing the country forward.
When I look at your zeal and all that enthusiasm, I think of your wife. What is the role that she has played for a girl to be like this, a girl of 2016, a girl of now?
They say you marry your mother.
True.
So I had a tough mother. I married a tough wife. I had a focused mom.
She look calm.
No, she's tough. She would not be there. She would not be there if she wasn't. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to be in that place. Be national minister for 3 years.
Yes.
All these difficulties she had to manage. Political, it's very tricky. So she's another version of my mom. And she's focused, and she's assisted in taking care of my children, and giving me space to be able to be ambitious and to expand my horizon. Because Firiasa, there is somebody taking care of the headquarters.
Yeah.
It allows you to go into expeditions, to go and search for more grounds and so forth.
Pillaging.
Yes, pillaging. Yes. So, but if you always have to worry and you have to look back always, you become hesitant and you are not courageous enough.
Yeah.
To go. So, for example, some of the things we do are risky.
Yes.
We could be detained.
Yeah.
We could go away for a long time, or something could happen to us. But if you know that you have a strong wife that can take care of your children, it reduces your fear to take risks on behalf of the people of South Sudan. So it's good. 2 women I'm proud of. My mom did her job, and now she's retiring. She's getting slow with age. Madam Yolanda also did her part. Now I feel like this year it is now my chance to be able to push into the space and take my role and take out from here. I think they have done their part.
To our mothers, thank you for shaping this man to be who he is today. And your last message to the people of South Sudan. Do you have a prayer? Do you have something that you can tell them?
Where we find ourselves, we are not the first country to do this. There are many people that have done this before.
Yes.
And we must forge a nation out of 64 tribes. It is easier said than done. It's a daunting task, but it's our collective responsibility. We have no other option. We have no other country. We must forge a nation out of these 64 tribes, see ourselves as one, so that we can give ourselves the best chance to be prosperous and respected in this region, so that we hand over a country that is united and peaceful to our children. So I call for peace, I call for unity, I call for mutual self-respect, so that we see ourselves as equal citizens of one country, moving forward with one objective, one purpose of making our country more prosperous. That is really the theme of the last in the last one decade, and even the next decade. It will be what is called the nation building, the state and nation building, the parameters for building a state and building a nation. This is the task of those in my generation who are in position of power. I'm talking about let's say the envoy, the presidential envoy, those of the Secretary General of the SPLM, and those who are also in other opposition parties around this generation in their 40s and early 50s. The purpose, we will be judged on how we build this nation, how we harmonize these tribal differences, so that we can build. It does not matter what the formula is. Tanzania have their own formula of dealing with tribes. Kenya has their own formula for dealing with the tribes.
Why are we not getting the formula?
That we are working on it. It's work in progress. Even for Kenya, it used to be very bad.
Yes.
Like in 2007, you see the violence, but now it's getting easier, and the police detain them, people do demonstration, and the number of deaths is not like in thousands like what in 2007.
Yes.
So we are work in progress. For example, the divisions that have happened before, the one for it's getting easier. So people have to be patient with ourselves. Nation building also is a process. It is not an event. But as long as we are committed as a people that this is the path we are taking, I'm 100% sure, and I'm optimistic that we will produce a very powerful country in this world. Because we have the resources for it. And we have the resilient population that can do tough things, that can endure tough times. What else do you need to produce a prosperous nation out of? This is the best. So things are tough, but I'm optimistic.
They say, there was a saying, tough times, tough people.
Last, but tough times don't.
Yeah, tough times
Will pass,
but tough people will last.
Will stay, yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Sergeant.
Thank you, Kenyatta.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We are hopeful to see you in the arena.
Very soon.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Our prayers with our mother,
Thank you.
and all the people of South Sudan.
Thank
And to the youth who is watching this, Agel is accessible to you. He has issues with his account. Please, whatever you see online as from 2 days
Friday.
ago,
Yes, Friday.
it has nothing to do with them. To our brethren who are watching this, my name is Kenyatta Kozia, and this is Limitless Tribe podcast. Today, the first guest of this show is Sergeant Agel R Machar, and it has been an honor to see him in our studios here, and we would like you to subscribe. We will have high-profile people coming in here to give you how the country is going. So we would like you to subscribe to our channels. We have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. We have Facebook page that you can follow. You can follow Agel for more information, and you can follow us. Thank you for your time. See you next time.